can't deny that there is something rather than nothing, and that's pretty amazing. The gift of life, the undeserved gift, springs from the ground of being without any of our efforts. Grace, says Paul, has appeared, bringing salvation to all. So that brings us to salvation, which is another tricky topic. I grew up in Texas, in the Bible Belt, and a common question you get asked in the Bible Belt, and probably here too, is, are you saved? Anywhere. People will ask you in restaurants if you are saved. Saved? Saved from what? From God? I could not ever, even as a child, wrap my mind or my heart around the concept that any loving God would damn anyone to hell because they hadn't accepted a certain set of doctrines. So this idea of salvation just seemed irrelevant to me. Saved. Whatever. But throughout seminary, I have learned to see salvation in another way. The root of the word salvation comes from the same root as the word salve, or that which heals and makes us whole. Who among us has not felt broken at some time or another in their lives? Who among us has not felt separated from their own true nature, from their community, or from the ground of being, God? Are you saved? Or are you living in wholeness rather than in a fragmented way? Paul says that grace has appeared, bringing salvation to all. The funny thing about this passage in the book of Titus is that it is a letter full of these rules and these regulations, and that statement about grace is just sort of dropped in out of nowhere. But the letter is a reminder to the members of the church. You can do this. You can live in a way that is upright and good. Granted, their definition of upright and good is different from our definition of upright and good, but still, let's just go with it for a moment. He says you can live in a way that is upright and good because God, the ground of being, has given you that ability. You didn't earn that ability. It's a gift, a new beginning, a new start, and all you have to be is receptive to it. After that little bit of grace, Paul seems to be recharged to continue on his rant about proper behavior. But soon again, he reminds them that when the goodness and loving kindness of God appeared, he saved us, not because of any works of righteousness that we had done, but according to his mercy. The earth has made another trip around the sun, not because we propelled it. In fact, our human actions are interfering with the natural processes of the earth. Through no actions of our own, the universe has continued in its magnificence, and life continues as babies continue to be born and others pass away. In 2010, surely we all did things we wished we hadn't done, said things we wish we hadn't said, lived in a way that was short of what we knew we could live. In his letter to Titus, Paul reminds his church of their past behavior and the unbecoming ways that they lived before they were made whole by grace. He encourages them to use their gift of grace in a way that is, quote, zealous for good deeds. I think we should be reminding each other to be zealous for good deeds. It's just fun to say at the very least. This new morning is a gift of grace. This new year, 2011, is a gift of grace. The ground of being has continued to generate something rather than nothing. And the question is how we will use that gift. We have been made whole by grace and by each other. May we make the most of this unearned gift and live our lives in a way that is worthy of this existence, because we can and we must. Happy New Year.